Back. What we're going to be looking at right now is recognition style questions and tips and tricks to help get those recognition style questions right. So one of the most important part of these questions is that you actually answer them. If you don't answer them, then you're 100% going to get them wrong. If you have no idea and you just guess, you're going to at least have a 1 in 4 chance of getting them right. So beyond making sure that you actually answer them, here are some other tips to do this. So the first one is make sure you read the entire question before looking at the answers, and you formulate an answer before actually checking the given answers. If it says, what process do plants do to create glucose? Think of the question, think of what your answer is. I think the answer is photosynthesis, and then look to see if you can circle that in the list. Okay, the next thing is read all of the choices before finalizing your answer. Even if you know the answer is photosynthesis, read the other ones to be sure. Maybe it says another few answers and it could be all of the above. Answer all questions. Guessing is better than not answering. I'm going to say this again. You're going to hear this a few times in this video. Answer every single question on your test, even if you don't know what the answer is. Eliminate all answers that are clearly not correct. So if you know it's not respiration and you know it's not carbon, let's say, just cross it out before you even start. It's important to pay attention to special words like not, sometimes, always, and never. If you have a question with not, make sure that you're looking for the answer that is not there. If it has something like sometimes in it, what you're going to need to see is, does this situation ever happen? Well, if it has always and never, it's important to make sure that it is 100% yes or 100% no, or else you cannot use these words. Answers you do not recognize are most likely not correct. If the answer has a word you don't understand, let's say like hemoglobin, and you weren't exactly taught about how hemoglobin binds, don't pick that answer. Only use words from the word box. If you have a word box, make sure that you only use that word. If it asks what is made in the process of photosynthesis, and one of the answers in the word box says sugar, and you put glucose down, they can't give you the correct answer. So the next one is double check spelling using word box. Many people get the answers wrong, not because they don't know the right answer, but because if there's a word box, it needs to be spelled correctly. Just double check that your answers are legible and that you use the correct spelling from the word box. As you go along, cross out words used and make sure that you think about whether or not these can be used again. After placing the word, reread the sentence to make sure that it makes sense. Sometimes what you can also see is the difference between and a to help reduce the possible answers. If the answer has an at the end of the sentence where the next word would be, the word is going to start with a vowel. And if 2 lines are clearly seen, then a 2-word answer is appropriate. Okay? Or you need to have 2 different words to fill in those. A lot of these are also 2-mark questions. Make sure you see how many marks, just like in the last set, will help with answering the question.